to get gas because it's time for the Week in Gear. This week, Gibson tried to take a page out of your checkbook, Boss bring their Katana amp to your headphones, and Zoom give us a wallet-boggling multi-stomp pedal. This show is brought to you by Fretlook. More about them in a little bit. All right, let's kick off this week's most exciting gear releases with a guitar from Gibson. Number 5, always good for the wallet. This week, Gibson announced the Jimmy Page 1969 EDS 1275 Doubleneck Collector's Edition, signed and played by Jimmy Page. You know, the one from Stairway to Heaven, live and all that. But anyway, it's only available at the Gibson Garage in London and on the Gibson website. And it's only available in right-handed models, and they're only making 50 of them, so there's not really much point putting them on this list. Oh, and they're £47,000. In at number 5, always good for the wallet this week, Gibson announced the 1958 ES335 reissue. Oh, I got a chill of deja vu there. These are the closest to the original ES335s that Gibson can currently get us, and it's available in 3 colours: Tri-Burst, Dirty Blonde, and Faded Tobacco Burst, my favourite. They've all been aged by the Murphy Lab, so they look like they've been played in a little bit, and if that is your thing, then you're in luck. By the way, get ready to pause the video if you want to read the full specs on screen. I'm going to do that, so they're going to be over there. But I think the standout specs are the dual custom bucker pickups, which are some favourite pickups of mine, and the slight variation on the original spec, which is the fretboard is Indian rosewood, whereas the original was Brazilian rosewood. But we all know the history Gibson have with Brazilian rosewood. They're coming in for a lot of money. Originally announced at around $6,000, I'm now seeing them for $8,000, and around the same in euros, pounds, and wherever you are in the world, unless you're in Australia, where they're probably $1 million Australian dollars. And last week, some people complained about the 1954 reissue Strat from Fender, and that costs almost less than a third than this Gibson ES335. And I don't know what the original prices were, but surely they couldn't have been almost 3 times more expensive than the 1954 Fender Strat. I don't know. Let me know if you're a Fender buff. But if you are looking to get an authentic ES335, and I kind of was, this is probably the closest you're going to get for quite a while, unless you go for an original that's actually 1958, and that can be found for about 8 to 10 times the price of this reissue. So I almost feel like I'm defending Gibson at this point. I'm not. I'm just saying that these are highly desirable, and I love the ES335. So yeah, if you look at it like that, this is an absolute bargain. But if you still can't stretch that far, you dirty peasant, I'm sure will get inspired by Gibson Epiphone versions soon, which will surely only set us back around $2,000 to $4,000. Bargain! At number 4 this week, Robert Keeley has added a few pedals to his 4-in-1 series: the Angry Orange, the Blues Disorder, and the Super Rodent. Now, each of these pedals have 2 distortion, overdrive, or fuzz pedals inside, and one of them really appeals to me, so I'll start with that. The Angry Orange, brilliant name, is a Boss DS1 and Electro Harmonix Russian Big Muff stuffed in a box together. And that combination of the potentially raspy DS1 and the slightly muffled muff could be a killer combo, and I have to try one at some point. The Blues Disorder, another great name, is a blues breaker and an OCD, which is the soft clipping of the blues breaker circuit mixed with a harder clipping of the OCD. So sticking that in hybrid mode and messing around with the knobs must be really fun. Finally, the best name, the fantastically, wonderfully named Super Rodent. This combines a Rat with a Boss SD1, and I've watched the release videos and heard the samples, and I love the tones. I've got to get one of those things. Maybe. Anyway, I know this is the wrong thing to say, but these pedals look phenomenal. I love the design. They look classy and machined and something that I want to own just because of how they look, and just the design makes me want them, which I know is stupid, but top marks, Keeley, for design. Absolutely. Just thinking about them makes me want to get out my credit card. No! The thing is, they're over $200 each, and some people are going to ask why you can't just get, for example, a Boss DS1 and a Russian Big Muff and put them together on your board, which would be cheaper than buying this Keeley version. But I don't actually have an answer for that. But I assume that the Keeleys sound fantastic, and, you know, the interaction between the two, and you can switch the order. Yeah. Make a decision with your wallet. Before we get to number 3 on the list, it's now time to talk about this week's sponsor who have made this video possible for you, Fretlook. Are you bored with the look of your fretboard? I was when I got my Fender 66. What am I talking about? These are block inlays, and I love block inlays. Well, they're not actually real block inlays. They're fretboard stickers from Fretlook. This is a great sounding and playing guitar, but the look of the fretboard always bothered me. And I know what you're thinking, if you bend the strings, the stickers are going to come off. Well, they don't. These have been on there for quite a few years. But don't just take my word for it. Fretlook are also used by these artists. Ryan Roxy, who plays with the Alice Cooper band Hollywood Vampires, Timu from Megadeth, and Fretlook are currently working on the Tree of Death inlays with Tim Henson, and they'll be ready in a couple of weeks. So if you'd like to make an easy but impactful change to the look of one of your fretboards, prices start at €15, but if you use the link in the video description and the offer code ANDY10, you get 10% off your entire order, and you can use the code more than once. On with the show! By the way, if you're enjoying this weekly show, don't forget to click subscribe and leave a thumbs up so more people get to see it in the future. The show is really growing, and we've almost doubled in numbers. So every time you click something, it means the show grows. So thank you. Third on the list this week, Cort, the people that make budget guitars and recently released a rather expensive guitar, bring us the budget-minded G250 SE, an HSS Strat-style guitar available in 4 finishes and retailing for under 300 coins of your realm, or so about. This is a true player's guitar. Full specs are about to pop up over there, and I'm going to move over, but the highlights for me are the roasted maple neck, the basswood body, or basswood, people always complain when I say basswood, basswood body, 2-point trem, and Cort's new voiced tone VTH59 bridge humbuckers and VTS 63 single coil pickups with a push-pull on the humbucker for split coils. I don't know if those pickups are any good, but the names sound good, right? Anyway, let's talk about the color choices. Ocean Blue Gray, beautiful name. Vivid Burgundy, classy. Olive Dark Green, wow. And Black. Now there's a lot of competition in this price area for Strats and Strat-style guitars, but those specs mean that anyone looking for a guitar that they're actually going to play and not worry about what name is on the headstock could be in for a treat here. I, for one, look forward to playing one at some point and getting the full lowdown. And full disclosure, when I first saw these released, I audibly gasped at the olive green one. I genuinely have gas. Numero dos. Zoom have released the MS-CDR70 Plus, the new update on the very popular, almost legendary MS-CDR70, which was released about 10 years ago. This plus-sized model has 149 effects, of which you can use 6 simultaneously, and there's a space for 100 presets, and the original had, I think, 50. For me, the biggest update is the fact that the screen on the new one can display 4 colors, which changes depending on which effect category you're in. And this can help immensely on stages and dark studios without raising the price too much by putting in a color screen. Speaking of price, it has not been officially announced yet, but it should be coming in at a rather pocket-friendly 160-ish. Oh, and it can run on 2 AA batteries, a 9-volt power supply like most pedals, or a 5-volt USB-C cable. So, you know, if you've got the power, this pedal will probably take it. Fans of the original will surely shout about this in the comments section, and for that money, Zoom have packed a lot into this tiny little blue box. Andy's Pick of the Week! Right, at number 1 this week, Boss put a Katana. Boss put a Katana into a headphone amp, and I've already reviewed it, and you can watch that video by clicking up there somewhere. But here's a summary. Oh, it's really good. I'm gonna put it down for a minute. It has the same sounds as the Katana amps. It's got a USB audio interface. It's a digital screen. I'm gonna pick it back up again on the unit so that you can see which of the 30 patches you're currently on, or you can see if your guitar's in tune because it's got an inbuilt tuner. Yes. As it's a headphone amp, you plug that bit into your guitar, you hook up your headphones, and then play any of the 10 amps and over 60 effects. You can also jam along to streamed audio or videos from your phone using the app that you don't need, but does add another layer of functionality to the Katana Go. This is a truly wonderful little gadget, and it's coming in at around $120, meaning that most people should be able to afford it or add it to some birthday wish list at some point. Or I've heard some people are putting it on Mother's Day and Father's Day lists. So congrats for that. Also, congrats to Boss. Well done for keeping the guitar industry moving forward. I look forward to seeing updates to this and seeing where it goes from day 1 to year number 5, I hope, till we get a new range of katanas. So that's it for gear. Thank you to the wonderful people that support this show on Patreon. Their names are on screen now. Hello! Hello also to you lovely lot showing your support right here on YouTube. Your names are up on screen now. Alright? If you would like your name up on the screen in this weekly episode, then click the join button right here on YouTube or visit the Patreon link down in the video description. And if you want your name read out like these wonderful people, join the top tier. Just figuring out how I'm going to read them this week. I'm going to read them out as if they're the stars of the latest Hollywood blockbuster movie. If there is such a thing. Right, here we go. Saran Narayan, PQ Deads, Dustin Bonney, Gary O'Neill, Josh Tanberg, Chris Huff, Doug Paget, Alenta Boston. Boom Shakalaka! This prank is officially sponsored by Jason Welch, Michael Lerner, Buddha Blue, Huge Erection, and I'm gonna say his name twice because I forgot him last week. Buzzle! That's right! Buzzle! Thank you, top tier members. You make my flowers bloom. Go ahead and click there to subscribe. Comment on your pick of the week down there, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!